everybody, today I'm going to take you through a quick workout. This workout is going to be 10 minutes or less to help you work on strength, mobility, and also get some good cardio in. This workout you don't need any equipment for, and it's all done in standing, so it's super easy to do if your kids are playing at the park or to start your day. You don't have to have special clothes on or special equipment or any special space. So stick with me and I hope you enjoy it. So today we're just going to start with some deep breathing and some stretching. So I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath in. As you reach up high, really try to get as tall as you can, and then breathe out as you roll down. So you're trying to roll down one segment of your spine at a time, so one vertebra at a time, and then roll back up. So breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you go down, rolling down one segment at a time. As at the bottom, take a nice deep breath in and breathe out, and think about pulling your belly button towards your spine as you come up. We're going to do 3 more of those. So breathe in, breathe out as you roll down, breathe in at the bottom, breathe out and pull your belly button up towards your spine as you come up. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in at the bottom, and come up, stacking your spine back on top of each other, core in nice and tight. Breathe in, make yourself really, really tall. Breathe out, roll down one vertebra at a time. You should feel a nice stretch in your back and your hamstrings. Breathe out as you roll back up, pull that belly button in towards your spine. Awesome. Another mobility exercise here. Bring your hands behind your head and you're going to rotate to one direction, come back to the center, rotate to the other direction. So make sure that you're not arching your low back here, right? So we're working on our upper back mobility. So having our hands behind our head and our head come back to meet our hands, we're really challenging the mobility of our upper back. So the tendency is going to be to compensate and arch our low back, but don't do that. Keep your core tight, low back nice and flat, and rotate to each side just as far as you can go comfortably. Don't feel like you have to force the range. Good. Okay, so this is also a little bit of a mobility drill for posture, but it's also going to get a little bit of arm burn in there, okay? So you're going to bring your arms into kind of a 90-90 position here, okay? Try to keep them in line with the plane of your body, and you're going to push up overhead and come back down. Again, your tendency here is going to be to arch your back, but don't do that. Keep your belly button pulled back in towards your spine so you can really work the mobility in both your shoulders and your upper back. You should start to feel those shoulder blade muscles working here because you're working really, really hard to keep those arms back in the plane of your body. This is a really, really great exercise for posture, both for mobility and also for some strength. If your arms are burning, that's okay. You can take a little break if you need to. We're going to do 4 more. 2 more. Keep your core tight. Great. Okay, so we've done a little bit of breathing, a little bit of mobility, and now one of my favorite things to do as part of my warm-up as I'm working out is to get those hip muscles firing. They're so important for supporting your knees, your low back, really all the way up and down your body. So we're going to get these glute muscles firing, okay? If you need a chair for balance, feel free to grab one. So you're going to stand on one leg, okay? And you're going to kick to the side with the other leg. This is where you might need a chair for balance, or if you can do it with your hands on your hips, great. So the leg you're standing on, you want to make sure you're really pushing through that leg. You're not just hanging out here and kicking, right? You really want to push through that leg because you're really activating that glute muscle on the leg that you're standing on if you're pushing through that leg. And you're training that glute muscle to fire when you're walking, when you're running, when you're going up the steps, which is really what we want to do, right? We want to train these muscles to work for us throughout the day. Now let's talk about the kicking leg. You want to make sure that the toe is pointed forward. If the toe is turned out, then you're going to end up using the front of your hip. And that muscle tends to be pretty strong. It actually tends to usually be pretty tight because we do so much sitting. So you want to make sure that the toe is pointed forward. I like to think about leading with the heel. Okay, time to switch sides. Hopefully you're burning like I am. So we're switching sides. We're pushing through that standing leg. Again, we're going to think about leading with that heel on the kicking leg. So toe stays nice and forward. If you need a chair for balance, that's okay. So here we're targeting the glute muscles on the side of our hips. You have glute muscles in the back of your hips and on the sides, and they're all really, really important. But because we do so much like forward and backward walking and strength training, we tend to miss these muscles on the side of our hips, but they're so, so important for building strength, giving you endurance throughout the day, and also avoiding injury. Okay, we're gonna switch legs, and this time you're gonna kick back at an angle, okay? So we're still targeting the muscles on the side of your hips. We're getting the back a little bit more, but I find it's just a little bit easier to kick if you go back in at an angle versus just straight back. So again, keep the toe forward as much as you can. That will help you activate the glute muscle more. And the leg you're standing on, you're pushing through that leg. Hopefully you can feel this muscle start to burn as you're standing on that leg. That means you're really activating it appropriately. It's okay, you can poke the side of your butt a little bit here to make sure that muscle's nice and tight. So let's switch legs. Again, we're kicking back at an angle. Toe is pointing forward. Think about leading with that heel. Another important tip here is make sure you don't arch your back. Sometimes if we're tight here, it can be hard to get that leg back very far, and we tend to arch our back to compensate to get the leg higher. But then we start using our back muscles instead of our butt muscles, and we do not want to do that. So keep your abs tight, and it's a small kick. Just kick as far as you can go comfortably. All right, so now we're gonna get a little bit of core firing in, but we're also gonna get the heart rate up a little bit more. So if I'm out of breath a little bit as we do this, that's okay. You can be out of breath too. So hands are gonna go behind your head, and we're gonna go elbow to knee. Good. We're gonna alternate sides. And as you bring that elbow to knee, you're rotating slightly. Think about breathing out. That helps you activate the core. So pulling the belly button in a little bit as you bring that elbow to knee. So we're just getting a little bit of rotation. I don't want you going all the way down, right? Just a little bit of rotation. Pull the core in. We're gonna do 4 more each side. Halfway there. Good, all right, so hopefully your heart rate's up just a little bit. Now we're gonna do some squatting, okay? I'll show you from the front and from the side. I like to squat and bring my arms up for a little bit of thoracic or upper back mobility. And then when you come up, you're gonna stand really, really tall, okay? So sit your butt back behind you and stand nice and tall. At the top, you should squeeze your thighs, but you should really squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward as far as you can. Good, I love the squat. The squat is very challenging both for your muscles and for your heart because it really gets your heart rate up because you're moving your whole body here. So make sure your knees are not caving in. I'll show you a bad example. Don't do this. Okay, you want to make sure that you're pushing your knees out as you go down. Stand up nice and tall. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your abs. And now I'm going to show you from the side, okay? Keep going here. I know your heart rate is up. Only go down as far as you can go comfortably. Sit your butt back like you're sitting in a chair. And reach those arms up. We're going to do 3 more here. Good. Okay. Hopefully your heart rate is up a little bit. I know that mine is. We're just going to do a couple roll downs to finish. So breathe in. Breathe out as you roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Take a nice breath in at the bottom. Breathe out as you roll up. Good. So this is your time to just celebrate the fact that you took a few minutes to take care of your body. We did some mobility work. We did some strength in the arms, the hips, the abs, the thighs. And you should be really proud of yourself for taking this time. Remember to start small whenever you start something new. That's the best way to build a habit. All right, let's hang out here for just a couple extra seconds. Feel the stretch in your back. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Take a nice deep breath out. And you are done for today. Nice job.